Hey guys, what is up there? Chill here. So then I'll be doing my Nintendo 64 game collection for you. And I don't have very many games for my Nintendo 64 at the minute. And currently I'm still collecting for it, but if there's any games that you guys would recommend me playing, please leave in the comment section below. And if you want to tell me your top 5 favorite 64 games, do that as well. So I'm going to get straight down to the video, guys. I'm not going to mess around or talk too much. So first we have GoldenEye 007. If you're a fan of shooting games and you're a fan of playing games with your friends, LAN or split screen, definitely pick up this game. Really fun game. The only thing about this game I really hated back in the day was people going odd job. I know everyone says that, but you just can't emphasize how annoying it was to go against him, because you actually had to stop, lean down with the analog stick and actually try to shoot them with it. It was an absolute pain in the ass, so it was. Absolutely hated people using odd job in this game. But yeah, if you have a 64 and you want to play just games with your friends and you want to just chill out, definitely get GoldenEye. It's really fun. So next we have Mario Golf. Obviously I can't play this game because, as you see, it's in Japanese. Funny enough, I found this over here. I didn't import this or anything. I found this over here in a shop, Cash Converters, and I just decided, I'll just pick it up. Obviously it doesn't work on my 64, so if I really want to play this, I have to actually go out and buy another cart which is in English, which I probably will do sometime, because I really do want to play that game anyway. So next we have Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. I would say this is my second favourite Legend of Zelda game. The first being Twilight Princess. The reason I love this game and Twilight Princess the most is because of dark tones. I think Zelda should definitely do more games with dark tones instead of it being really light and happy, and it's not really dark, or it doesn't have a very dark undertones to it. But I think Zelda would definitely benefit from being a lot darker like this in Twilight Princess. So next we have Donkey Kong 64. I never got to play this back in the day. I actually only had a few games on the 64 back in the day. I heard a lot of good things about this. I picked it up. It's quite fun. Lots of different characters to play. Stages are very fun. Obviously it reminds me a lot of Banjo-Kazooie, which is another game I really love. I love platforming games. And Banjo-Kazooie games and this and all the other platforming games are really fun. I found this to be not as good as Banjo-Kazooie though. I don't think the camera is as refined as the likes of Mario 64 and Banjo-Kazooie. And the gameplay is definitely not as good as Banjo-Kazooie in my opinion. Yeah, it is very similar to Banjo-Kazooie, but I think Banjo-Kazooie's controls were a lot better. I found the controls in that game very hard to play with, and the camera can be a pain in the ass in that game as well. So next we have Doom 64. No, sorry, we have Earthworm Jim 64. I really love the Earthworm Jim games. Anyone who knows me knows this. When I first played this, I was just like, what the hell is this? This does not seem like an Earthworm Jim game. But over the years, it's grown on me. It's sort of like a guilty pleasure for me. It can be really funny. There's some funny quotes in it. The gameplay is very boring and it's very repetitive. Boss battles are very repetitive. But I don't mind playing it now and again, just for a guilty pleasure. Next we have Doom 64. What you should know about this game, guys, is it's nothing like the original Doom. It doesn't have the original music in it, but for what I think it was one of the other ports to it took out the music altogether. It might have been the Mega Drive port or the Super Nintendo port. They actually did their own music for this game, which makes the game a lot darker sounding and makes it feel a lot more darker and eerier, and it's sort of like a creepier vibe to it, which goes very well with this game. It's still the same with Doom gameplay, but just with different music. I quite like the music in this game, even though it's not the original music, it still is very, very good. So next we have F-Zero X. I really love the F-Zero games. Private Mittens was the one who introduced me to these games. He said, there's a game on 64 which you gotta play if you love racing games and if you love Wipeout. So he stuck on his Nintendo 64 and he put on this, and I was just like, wow, this is absolutely awesome. I just couldn't believe how fast paced it was and how fun it was. It's actually quite difficult at times as well. The music in this game is fantastic. I cannot talk enough about this game. I really wish Nintendo would put all their fun out of their ass and make another F-Zero game. Or even remaster the GameCube one for the Wii U. That would actually probably make me buy a Wii U just to play that game. So next we have Lilac Wars, or Star Fox 64. Star Fox 64, it's got called Lilac Wars. I really loved the original Star Fox game on the Super Nintendo. This is probably just as good as it. A lot of improvements on it. There's still a few things which I would prefer in the original. The space battles, when you're fighting the likes of Wolf and his crew, can be a bit tedious, but overall it's not a bad game at all. It's just like the original pretty much. Still really, really fun though. So next we have Perfect Dark. This is another Rareware game which everyone loves to talk about. As I said with GoldenEye, if you love GoldenEye, you'll love this game. It's just like GoldenEye. I said it's more futuristic. It's got more of a futuristic tone than GoldenEye does, obviously, because that's based off a movie. Really, really fun game. It's another great shooter for the Nintendo 64, which Nintendo 64 actually didn't have very many good shooter games, but GoldenEye and this they didn't really need much shooter games, because GoldenEye and NES were just like the two definitive shooters at the time. It's just two shooters everyone talked about at the time. So next we have Wipeout 64. I really love the Wipeout games. I actually have it on the PlayStation 1. I bought the 64 version to see the difference in it, and the fact that it was cheap anyway, so I was like, might as well, only a couple of bucks. It runs actually a lot better in the PS1 version as well. It's a lot faster, it has a lot more solid frame rate to it. Really, really fun game. So next we have Ocarina of Time, or the Zelda Ocarina of Time. Everyone talks about this game as well. It's probably the most overrated Zelda game, but being overrated doesn't make it a bad game, obviously. It's not my favourite Zelda, but it's still one of the best Zelda games. If you haven't played Legend of Zelda, or if you want to get into Legend of Zelda, I would definitely recommend you start at Ocarina of Time. Obviously, you don't even need to buy a 64 to play it now. You can actually play it on the 3DS, which is really, really good. So next, last, we have Command & Conquer. As you guys probably know, Private Mittens is a huge Command & Conquer fan, but he absolutely hates this game. And the reason for this is we cut a lot of the content out of it. There's a lot of units missing, there's a lot of missions missing. I think the CGI is just completely taken out, or the cutscenes, sorry, not the CGI. I think all the cutscenes have been taken out of this game, and the sound quality is just absolutely horrible. I think there's tracks missing in this game as well. The only reason I really bought this game was to annoy the shit out of him, and actually let him play it to see what he thinks, because he's played every other Command & Conquer 1 version of Command & Conquer 1. So yeah. Anyways, guys, that is my video. That's my collection, sorry, should I say. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any videos, well, we have any videos you like to recommend, you just want to see, any collection videos you want to see, so I should say, please let me know, and I will try to get one done. This is Devil0020, not Private Mittens, Devil0020. Signing out, guys. Thanks for watching. See you there.